And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. On third down, Fournette. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
On the ball.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now Leonard Fournette. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 9. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. On second down, this is Harris. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Damian Harris, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Check out. 540. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Luck on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Luck, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Luck steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And that's caught inside the 30. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. Going deep here for Stills. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
11. Hey, orbit. Go ahead.
They're going to go. It's Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Fournette. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Fournette, a 1st down carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
50 plant. Greystone travel. Snap.
Fournette. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all game.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. They run for it. Here's Powell. Powell with a 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Lions are able to extend their lead.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Here we go. That's 60 or. He's heavy on the edges. 5.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run with Fournette. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is the running back Powell, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. This is Fournette.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now Fournette, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Back to throw. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Let's go, let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Luck. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Luck. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A handoff, Fournette running left. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's complete to Golden Tate. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
59. Let's go, let's go. Mike, get it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be, 38 yards out. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right?
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's a give to Fournette, and he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll run for it with Fournette, and an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Leonard Fournette, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Quick 6, that's what they call us.
Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Luck now. He's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage. But it's 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then against with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
I'm here all day. Sponge, hard, get it.
A handoff to Fournette. Kareem Martin up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Last stop.
They'll run it again with Fournette, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
80 weapons.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
On the ball. Speed grip.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Luck. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. 3rd and 2. Luck. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
12.
Looking to throw on second down. Luck dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, echo.
From the gun on third down, Luck. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, it's Powell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The Lions on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
They go play action here on 1st down. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyler Lockett. 98 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Out of the gun, Luck. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
Well, this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. A shotgun give to Fournette. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
90 Wolf. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Leonard Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Powell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They go again with Powell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Well, they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
11 feet. 13. Check 13. Go.
Luck now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Tyler Lockett was the target there. Here's Luck. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go. 15-1. 15-1. Hey. Jim.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Fournette running right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Powell. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under